manufactured all virus. You know, we're very close to that. We'll be able to distribute at least 100 million vaccine doses by the end of 2020. And
we once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
They have to get the shot. The vaccinations are so important. This is really going around now. They have to get their shots.
Let's take a trip back to civilization, Babylonian kings and ancient Mesopotamia. Research inscriptions and read translations, the myths and legends, what's fact from fiction. Depictions of giants who ruled the land, double rows of teeth and six-fingered hands. The men of renown before the flood, when the angels fell to pollute the blood. They mingled their seed with both man and beast, and besieged the whole world with these circus freaks. They were drowned in the deluge, but once deceased, they became demon beings to corrupt beliefs. The basis of myths, these strange relations, the gods of the Greeks and the ancient pagans. They worship the sun and the moon and stars, and channel these spirits like avatars. From the Nephilim bloodlines from the fallen ones, the ancient hybrids and redhead giants have now returned like a deadly virus. From the Nephilim bloodlines from the fallen ones, the ancient hybrids and redhead giants have now returned like a deadly virus. Nimrod was the first after the flood.
manufactured all virus. You know, we're very close to that. We'll be able to distribute at least 100 million vaccine doses by the end of 2020. And
to them, you are the disease. You are the virus.
Every single American should be wearing a mask when they're outside for the next 3 months at a minimum. Every governor should mandate mandatory mask wearing. The estimates by the experts are it will save over 40,000 lives in the next 3 months. 40,000 lives. The people act responsibly. And it's not about your rights, it's about your responsibilities.
Let's go to Michigan because they have unveiled some new rules for businesses if they don't follow contact tracing guidelines. Well, wait a minute. Some people to go to prison?
Yeah, 6 months behind bars on a misdemeanor charge. And on top of that, $200 fine. And that's if restaurants, barbershops, tattoo parlors, and entertainment venues, you fail to record names and then the contact info and the visit times, because that's what you need to do in contact tracing these days. So the order came on Friday, as you know, from Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is part of her backtracking on the state's reopening. Now, don't forget that there was controversy, of course, when she actually instituted another misdemeanor charge. Then that's 6 months behind bars and a $500 fine for anybody that wasn't wearing a mask indoors and also at these crowded places. And you know what that ignited, right? Protests?
Yeah, but I would have thought that this would weigh on presidential politics.
Yeah.
Michigan's a vital state, and they're doing this kind of crackdown.
Right.
I'm sure there are political implications from this. I would have thought.
Battleground state.
It's a battleground state.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Well, guys, speaking of lockdowns, we're obviously paying a lot of attention to the UK. Boris Johnson's announcement looks like he's got the votes from Labour. Nigel Farage is back. For more on all of that, let's turn to NBC's Keir Simmons. Morning, Keir.
Hey, Carl, good morning to you. There are those observing that in the last wave, America followed Europe. Carl, I don't want to pour cold water entirely on the hopes there that there won't be a lockdown. But I've got to say, here in Europe, here in the UK, things look pretty bleak. As you say, the UK will go into lockdown on Thursday. The newspapers talking about the potential that lockdown might actually have to last through Christmas, decimating the Christmas retail period. And that is partly because they've hoped and they've wanted to keep schools schools open, that's what they're doing, but that could actually make it harder to get infections down while bars and restaurants and all of that business is closed. The powerhouses of Europe, the economic powerhouses, France, Germany, the UK, Italy, all going into different levels of lockdown. And we've just been hearing from the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, who of course leads the biggest economy in Europe. She is saying that things are really in a difficult position there. She is saying that they are no longer able to trace 75% of cases in Germany. Of course, Germany was able to really control the coronavirus through track and trace. She says she knows the measures are hard, but this is a virus that punishes half-heartedness. So Germany now going into a lockdown again, trying to keep the schools open. But the question is, how long will this have to last? Will Europe be able to reopen at Christmas time? And even if it does, will it then have to go back into another lockdown? Because this clearly, Carl, is going to be a long, hard winter. In terms of another business, travel, the UK telling people here in the UK that they should not travel except for business. So the holiday industry, the winter vacation industry really looking at a tough time in the coming months too, Carl.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.
So Wendy, I'm going to take my mask off when I speak.
I will as well. I'm waiting so that we can do a little political theater.
Okay.
So that it's on camera.